And now, King of the Railway, the first use of animation by Arc Studios, and the new story by Andrew Brenner, as well as a lot of good things. Fans were hyped about this one, and so was I. So what do I think of it? Though the story wasn't quite up to my expectations, the special really did mark the beginning of a renaissance of Thomas and Friends. The story is that a man named Sir Robert Norramby is rebuilding Ulfstead Castle. He is also looking for King Godred's crown and finds an old engine named Stephen. He rebuilds Stephen, but doesn't really give Stephen any work yet because he's preparing a surprise. However, Stephen gets too excited and starts looking for ways to be really useful. This, of course, only leads to trouble. So you're probably wondering what didn't meet my expectations. Well, definitely not much, but we've seen the engine trying to be useful but only causing trouble many times. In fact, I could see a lot of similarities with Jack Jumps In, which is ironic because this marks Jack's first appearance in Season 12. Had they not gone for this cliché, I would have liked it a bit more. But, although it does bug me, I can sort of overlook it, because this special has a lot of good aspects. I'll say the best thing about this special is the scenery. Good God, it's brilliant! Just look at Ulfstead Castle. It really felt like a legit British castle, with the grounds, the stonework, everything. As I mentioned in my Hero of the Rails review, Arc seems to be the complete opposite of Nitrogen. Nitrogen Studios did a fantastic job with bringing the characters to CGI, especially the narrow gauge engines. However, the scenery was just awful. When the engines weren't in a specific location for the story, it actually looked like they were in Golden Gate Park 98% of the time. Arc's character design is definitely more choppy than Nitrogen's. When I first saw the teaser trailer in, I think it was January 2013, I was like, holy sh**, this makes those early VeggieTale episodes look like those Planet of the Apes prequels. Fortunately, it improved, and as the year went on. And Jesus, the landscape, how can you not love it? It would only get better and better as the series went on. Another thing that is well done is surprisingly the humor. I mean, I was laughing a lot. That's right, from CGI Thomas. I mean, it's not like side-wrenching like Season 5, but man, some of these jokes are clever. My favorite has got to be when Percy asks Stephen if he's seen knights, and Stephen's like, I'm not that old, and I didn't see dinosaurs either, before you ask. I really like Stephen, because throughout the series I kept wondering whether they would put in the rocket, not counting the Railway series appearance. It's nice to finally see an engine that's really so old that no engine can really go past his age. I did think his introduction was a little rushed, and it's not really explained how he was found, but I guess that doesn't really matter, because Stephen is good as he is. The addition of the novelty in Sans Peril in the backstory animation was great. I also like the addition of Millie. I never thought we'd hear an engine speak French. Caitlin and Connor are also cool. I absolutely love their sleek American designs. I will say, though, having American engines taking passengers to the mainland was, well, a bit insulting to the Britishness of Sodor. They should have gotten another A4 or bring in Pip and Emma because, well, that's like the Queen of England riding in a Fiat 500 with a German flag on it. I don't mind American engines on Sodor because there are ways they can be modified, like Rosie, but when it comes to something like important trains, keep the nationality the nationality. And let's get on to the thing many fans adored. Sir Robert Norramby. My God, this guy is brilliant. The first scene with him at Knapford was just hilarious. Again, not tear-jerking, but this is like one of the best developed human characters in the show. He's just so passionate about finding that crown that you just gotta laugh at how eccentric he is. Also, the history aspect of Sodor, well, this was like the first time they really dove into the history of Sodor. Like, the animation at the beginning, again, brilliant, and they went on about, like, King Godred, and though Godred the engine wasn't in the thing at all, well, yeah, basically, I'm saying the history aspect of the special, it's just brilliant. And Finally, I'll talk about Mark Moragan, whatever. Mark Moran, I'll call him that, however you pronounce it. Okay, I'll talk about Mark Moran, the narrator. To be honest, it's really hard to judge this guy because back when only the narrator voiced everyone, you judged them by what their character voices were like. You know, like Alec Baldwin's retarded Gordon voice and George Carlin's Scottish Duncan. Yeah, you know. I guess Moran was a bit slow, but I don't see a reason not to like him. In fact, when I first heard him, I thought he was Michelangelis with, like, a sore throat or something. But, yeah, I think he does fine. So what didn't satisfy me about the special? Well, again, not much. I've already talked about the cliched story. I guess the one thing that really pissed me off was the fact that Caitlin and Connor are faster than Spencer. I'm not saying they're not fast. Their class is built for high speed. But Spencer's class, the LNER A4, broke the record for fastest steam engine in the world, which still stands today. Good God! Don't you people think? I wouldn't have minded if it was just Gordon, but Spencer? No, 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 no. The A4 class is my ultimate favorite steam locomotive, and this is just an insult to them. What did James say in Gordon and Spencer? It's Spencer. He's the fastest engine in the world. I know it's technically not a big issue, but I'm sorry. This is like a Boeing 747 beating an SR-71 Blackbird. The final thing, though not really an issue, was the story was a bit complicated, especially for children. I got it fine, but I can see kids getting lost with all the subplots and stuff. I guess it's okay, but should have been a little simpler. So those are my thoughts on King of the Railway. In conclusion, I really like it. There are a few little things that could be worked on, as well as the story in general, but overall, it was definitely a huge improvement from the last specials. I'll give it an A-.